Hey everybody, welcome to the Super Bowl Gamers Podcast. I'm Ricky.
I'm Steve.
This is 48 now, our
God.
special E3 special.
E3 episode.
Yeah. So let's just jump right into it because we got a lot of content to cover. Not like in detail because that would be just long and boring, just like E3. No, we're trying not to do that. Yeah, it really was, but we'll get into that. But before we go into E3, Oculus did have a thing last week, which was like, why didn't they say that for E3? Okay. But they had their announcement of that what their headset actually looks like now. This is it. It's the final version. This is what's going to come out. They have a partnership with Microsoft and Xbox. So it's going to be bundled with the Xbox One controller, too, with that. Which Microsoft mentioned in their thing, too. We'll get to that. But wanted to start off with Oculus because it's kind of important because VR is happening. It's going to be a thing. So let's see what happens with that. Hopefully, Oculus will be successful. I mean, they have their spinal stuff now. Who knows where to go? So now let's go into, Sunday. Because Sunday was the unofficial start of E3. Now, E3 usually starts on a Tuesday, but then Monday they have conferences, but Tuesday is really when you go on the floor and you play the games and all that other stuff. Sunday had Nintendo started off because Nintendo usually likes to start things off for some reason, and they had to find a way to do it, in which they did, which I don't know if I agree with in hindsight.
Well, yeah, in hindsight, I completely disagree. I think they should have saved what they announced on Sunday for what they announced on Tuesday.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
But here's the thing, too. Everything was leaked already from that Sunday announcement.
Everything was leaked. Well, not everything. Most of it. The important parts were leaked.
So what they announced was they had 20 minutes before Lucas was released, they had an announcement, and basically what it was most of the stuff was from the leak, because I believe it was Friday or Saturday, where somebody had used what it was in Japan, they released the update early, version 1.0.8. So somebody decided, well, let me see what these files have. So they data mined and everything else and looked into it. They found that Ryu was happening and that Roy was happening. Along with Lucas, Dreamland was going to be a stage. Fountain of Dreams is going to be part of that stage, which is just like, why did Fountain of Dreams? And then the Ryu stage was there as well with the music and everything. So most of everything was already shown. Everything was that was it, and it came true. A bunch of other things too, I think, that weren't mentioned, but like the Mii's, but nobody cares about the Mii characters. I'm not gonna lie.
The costumes and stuff. There's some people who care, but
yeah, but
we're not one of them.
Well, yeah, I know. Like,
we're not two of them, rather.
Yeah, but not only that, like the leak didn't even bother mentioning.
Yeah, again, people tend to not care.
I know, and especially the fact too that they're not used online, which is just crap. I mean, you can go on you could go online in Mario Kart and use a Mii, So I don't get what's
but I guess they don't want people fighting as Hitler online.
Yeah, I mean, so you can race as Hitler, but you can't fight as Hitler.
You can't fight as Hitler.
I don't know. I found it still weird, but I kind of see your point too. So they announced it Sunday morning. All right, here it is: Lucas, Ryu, Roy. It was still hype, though. I can't lie. It was still kind of hype.
It was hype. Yeah, watching the videos and seeing it actually happen, like officially, I was happy.
Yeah, and then they were like, okay, now go buy it. Which, it was, for me, entertaining because I wasn't able to download it at that moment because I was on my way to work. So, I mean, I would have...
It was horrible. I was trying to download it.
I would have waited anyway because I know everybody's going to bombard the servers and try to download it. So, I was on stream, like, not on stream, streaming, but watching people on Twitch trying to download the DLCs, trying. It was funny to just see a bunch of impatient faces, just the motions and everything that they're going through. Like, oh, why isn't this working? Damn you servers! And it's like, see, this is why I'm gonna wait till later. Like,
I send out a mass number of tweets complaining about the servers too, so I'm guilty, but.
I mean, it was expected. You can't lie. It was expected. But
I know, but it's supposed that Nintendo's always horribly prepared for releases of things.
Yeah, that's true too.
Amiibos, any kind of digital content, because this isn't the first time. When Pokemon Bank came out, it was the same thing.
Oh yeah, like it was delayed after that. Like, wasn't it? Like when they released it, it was delayed. It was like,
they're like, we have to delay this a week so you can prepare. Like, what? No, you should have just prepared the first time that that millions of people are going to be on this at the same time trying to download it.
Yeah.
But Nintendo sucks, so whatever.
Yeah, well, not suck, but they suck with certain things.
They suck at that preparing for launches of things.
So they started off E3, and then later they had their Nintendo World Championship, which was fun, was hell. Like, there were some parts that were boring, But I did love the whole show anyway. And of course, it came down to, I believe, two competitive smashers. It was Cosmo and, gosh, why can't I remember the other guy's name? That is no bueno. But they both were actually known tournament fighters in Smash, funny enough. And they were both like, and I would think it was four of them that played Smash. I think it was the second to last game. So it was both of them that ended up advancing. The games that they ended up playing, though, were one game that nobody heard of, which we ended up finding about later, which is kind of depressing of what it was. But it was like this soccer type of game where, you hit the ball around and all that other stuff, whatever the case may be. And they included Metroid, Super Metroid, which was hell. Because they had a knockout stage. First, it was like the regular round, then there's the underground, which they call the knockout stage. It was kind of double elimination, but they put it simpler for people. So one of the double elimination stages was a Metroid, Super Metroid, at the end. So not only that, you had to fight Mother Brain, and then once you do that, everything explodes, so you have to run away, and you have to do all that in a certain time, or beat it first. And that was hell. I think there was 5 people who were doing it because one actually survived from the other elimination round. So it was 5 people. 3 of them went down, so it was down to 2 people. So that shows you how hard that was. And then, of course, it came down to, before they went to the grand finals of everything, we had a revisit from last year. Reggie versus Hungrybox.
Hungrybox got bodied.
Oh yeah, man. Yo, you should have saw it. Reggie was on point with his Ryu. Hungrybox got bodied.
I flipped that around. It was, no, Reggie got bodied. I meant to say I was in the process of saying that Hungrybox bodied Reggie or Reggie got bodied. I don't know. Either way, Reggie got absolutely destroyed. He SD'd. He was horrible.
I thought you were messing with them because I really was rolling with that. I was like, oh yes, that's perfect. Let's see if we can mess with people.
I flipped my words around. No, Reggie got bodied. Hungrybox bodied Reggie. That's what I meant.
No. Reggie got super bodied. Like he didn't even know how to recover. That's how bad. Like, dude, I'm looking at it like, why is he like SD'd like 3 times for no reason? He was like, what? Do you know how to jump? Like he literally was
It just shows that like the higher ups don't actually like play video games.
I think Reggie does. Like I know a lot
Reggie's
of like
horrible. He was horrible. You watched it.
No, but I don't think he plays Smash. Like that's the thing. I think he plays other games because a lot of executives and a lot of game companies they all play games. Like they don't get that twisted. But I don't think he played Smash at all.
You would think though that if you knew this was gonna happen, that you would prepare a little bit, just figure out how to play the game.
At least a little bit. And he picked Ryu out of everybody. New DLC, maybe try to advertise it, but dude, and the Hungrybox arrested him like 8 times. Like it was so bad.
I mean, Hungrybox is also a dick for playing Jigglypuff. So like you could have picked like something else. You could have picked Roy or Mewtwo or Lucas to take further. Promote the DLC.
Yeah,
but you picked Jigglypuff, your main cat. Like, all right, I get it if you were to play like I don't know, you would play like one game as Jigglypuff just to be like, hey, I know this is what you guys want to see, my Jigglypuff. That's what I'm known for. Then yeah, fine, play one game. Don't be a dick.
But you know what was funny though? I felt it was funny because the whole thing was just horrendous and funny. And this was like I was kind of playing you in the side because he wanted to try the DLC, and it was kind of the only time we had available. So I'm playing him in Smash and just laughing at just Reggie and this whole mess. And they're talking trash to each other too. Like I think Reggie said, if you beat me, there's a job offer, or if I beat you, there's a job offer. And Hungrybox is like, I'm an engineering man, I'm good. I was like, oh snap. Like that, and they were trash talking like that. And Reggie was still trash talking too. Like, oh yeah, like I work at Nintendo for like 16 hours a day. You play Smash 16 hours a day. It's like, what? I was like, okay, wrecked. Like I don't know what's happening.
What? No, I don't. That doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, but like Reggie got bodied. It was bad. At least a little practice. If not, then send Bill Trennan. At least Bill Trennan knows how to play the game or something.
Or Sakurai or something.
Something, but
someone else other than Reggie who sucked.
Oh man, I felt embarrassed for him. But of course, the Nintendo World Finals came down to Cosmo and John Numbers. I just remembered his name. And they played Mario Maker, and I think I'm sold on Mario Maker. Excuse me. Now it's called Super Mario Maker. It's not just playing Mario Maker. They just randomly decided to change the title, I guess, to fit it better.
It's Super.
Yeah, Super Mario.
Super.
Thanks for asking.
Oh God.
Old school.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that. Oh yes. Oh man, fractured butthole. Anyway, so They played Mario Maker. It was really crazy, like the actual editing, it ended up being like Cosmo got second and John Numbers won. So he is now the World Nintendo Champion. I don't know if he's going to come back next year to defend it. I don't know how that's all going to work, but he, I think, was an average player. I think he won in Best Buy, and Cosmo was the one that was invited. So it actually.
And you said none of them stood a chance.
I didn't. I really didn't. I and you know what though?
I had you, Mr. Numbers.
No, here's the thing. Cosmo was the one that was invited, and then he was like one of my favorites because he's like one of the top like people, and especially he's good in Smash. He speedruns other games. I figured he'd be at the top, and he was. And so was the other guy. So, but John Numbers, and for both of them and the final, it was kind of cool. The one invited, one that earned his spot, and he earned his spot to win.
I'm just saying, you were the one who said they didn't stand a chance.
You know what? I can't lie. I thought, but you know what? It came down to that. It came down to basically invited versus a person that earned a spot, and the person that earned the spot won the spot. He won it. So congratulations to John Numbers. He got the big trophy and a signed 3DS by Shigeru Miyamoto, which is really cool.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So then Nintendo World Championships happens. Like Nintendo's off to a good start. I mean, like there was some boring parts to the Nintendo World Championships. Like some games are just kind of like, I don't really care. So whatever. But it wasn't bad at all. They started off great, and then that night had the start of E3 kind of. Even though
Bethesda went on.
Yes, Bethesda went on. And they showed off just right off the bat Doom. Like, they were not playing. This is their first appearance, by the way. I'm doing their own press conference. And Doom.
Doom is visually really nice, but
yes.
I just don't really know what to expect from Doom games anymore.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you. The game looks great. How it plays?
It's just, I don't know.
I felt like the original Dooms and such were a little bit scarier and a little bit harder too, because the monsters are coming at you. Here in Doom, like this new Doom, the monsters are kind of standing there and they kind of notice you while you're shooting at them, and it's like, they have the new mechanic where you can jump on them and beat them up and rip their limbs apart. That's really it. The chainsaw effects.
Yeah, I'm gonna quote the developer here when he said, basically what people expect from a Doom game is to fight demons and blow shit up.
Yeah,
so
that's really what it is.
And that's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. His quote, by the way.
Yes. And it was funny, too. I also forgot, before when they did the pre-show at Bethesda, it was Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, in a G4 reunion, basically. Or what is it, X-Play reunion? And then Kevin Pierre is also on for Nintendo. I was like, what is this G4? Am I watching G4 at E3 at G4
Bring it back,
again?
baby. Bring it back.
All right, so... they have the multiplayer too. The multiplayer looks interesting for Doom. The gameplay, like I said, I hope it gets better. I don't think they had a release date for Doom, but they did show it. But it took up half the presentation. Like it was a half hour of Doom, and then they showed Battlecry. Dishonored 2 was announced as well with that. Going back to Doom a little bit, they had Doom Snap Map where you can make your own maps and such. So they're really
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're also, Bethesda was all about customization, even with the final game that they talked about. But we'll go into that a little bit. They talked about Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited for consoles, Elder Scrolls Legends, which is coming out for PC and iPad, which is a card strategy game, another one of those, I guess. And then Fallout 4 happened.
Of course.
It looks really good. It
does.
I never really played a Fallout game. I did watch people's Let's Plays on Fallout 3 because I couldn't afford Fallout. I just couldn't. But the game looked really good as 3, and 4 looks even better. I really do like the detail of what they've done with this game so far. And the exclusive pre-order, which I think is really cool, that you can order a Pip-Boy actual thing. And even if you don't have a Pip-Boy, they're going to have a secondary app too to go with that. So you have like a second app with that, like that companion app to go with the game. And the developer of the game, I already forget his name, but he was like, a lot of those like companion apps fucking suck. Like he said it just like that. And he said, but this is really fucking good. Like this app right here, the Pip-Boy app, is really good. And it's gonna come out about the same time as Fallout. And then also they're gonna have a Fallout app. They have a Fallout shelter where it's kind of like a Simsy thing. So you're kind of protecting the shelter, and you're making sure people build up and you try to protect each other, that type of thing. And overall, Bethesda had a pretty good showing. Their first showing
looked pretty good.
They had about 500, like 500,000 views actually, just on Twitch alone. I don't even know how they did on YouTube and such for a first show and that so far. And I think that was actually one of the most viewed like things on.
Well, I think a lot of
there.
people they wanted to know more about Fallout. That's why a lot of people tuned into that.
Yeah, I felt a lot of people did too, and I think they got the most views out of everything. Even though YouTube had the most views on one in the future, but we'll talk about that and why that happened because I have a theory on that. But they also talked about Fallout. They talked about mods as well with that and how they're producing it, and also that the mods that you can build on PC can be shared on console as well. Which
That's dope.
yeah, I mean they're starting to bridge the gap between consoles and PC. It's getting closer to being closed, and it's just going to be all one thing. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
There was one game that was announced in E3, and I can't remember for the life of me right now which game it was, but there was one that was going to be cross-platform. Like the online was going to be, you were going to be able to play PC versus.
A lot of them
console.
are right now. I probably have it on my list too, and like notes.
Because for the longest time, the only game I was aware of that was actually there was actually a couple games.
Yeah,
Shadowrun was one of them. Was the one that came to my mind the most.
Yeah,
that was the one for Xbox 360. Like when the Xbox 360 first came out, it was one of the first games, and it was PC versus Xbox cross console. And then Quake 3 was cross between PC and Dreamcast, I believe.
Wow,
that was crazy.
And
like you had to do some special stuff to get it to work on the Dreamcast. I don't remember, but it was insane.
And Portal 2 actually worked from PS3 only to PC/Steam.
That's cool.
So I remember that. But now, like we said, the new consoles are now x86. They're basically PCs anyway. They're going to really be easy to be cross-compatible and cross-play each other. So really, it's not a difficult bridge to connect, but they're starting to do that. And
yeah, I'm excited for the future.
Yeah. Our grade on Bethesda. Because we had grades from the last time. Remember last year?
Let's see. I'll give Bethesda a B+. Just because of the lack of content. They showed a lot. They showed some good stuff, but they didn't show all that much.
Well, they had about 4 games, and they took about an hour and some change to do that, which is not bad for a first show. At least they didn't show like 20 things and make it kind of boring or just lacking.
I'll say B+.
I agree with that. I'm going to B+ too. You know, I definitely agree with that.